The man who chose his own way. In a world where fortunes were built overnight and power belonged to those bold enough to seize it, one man believed he could outrun destiny. His name was Alexander Reed. Born into a family of faith, he was raised to believe that God's plan was the surest path to success. But as he grew older, he became impatient. Why wait for a future unseen when the world was full of opportunities ripe for the taking? Must I always follow a path I cannot see? Alexander asked one evening. The successful men of this world do not wait, they act. His father, a wise man, placed a firm hand on his shoulder. A road may look smooth, my son, but if God has not paved it, you do not know where it leads. Alexander smiled, but in his heart he had already chosen his way. He would rise, not by waiting for divine timing, but by his own wisdom. And for a time it seemed he was right. Alexander moved to New York, where ambition was the heartbeat of the city. He joined the elite investment firm and quickly caught the attention of William Graves, a man whose wealth and influence shaped industries. Alexander, William said one day, the world rewards those who take risks. Why wait for fate when you can create your own future? Eager for success, Alexander followed William's ways, making high-stakes deals and bending the rules when necessary. His wealth quickly multiplied. He owned a penthouse with glass walls overlooking the city, drove cars that turned heads, and was celebrated as a genius in business. Look at me now, he thought. I trusted my instincts and I have won. But the tallest buildings are the first to catch the storm. One evening, as he enjoyed a rooftop party, his phone buzzed. A news alert flashed across the screen. Breaking! William Graves under investigation for fraud. Associates under scrutiny. A chill ran down Alexander's spine. His name was on those contracts. His empire was built on the very foundation that was now crumbling. He called his closest allies, the same ones who had tossed to his success. I need help, he said. But one by one, they distanced themselves. The same people who had once praised him now acted as if they had never known him. His bank accounts were frozen, his properties seized, reporters camped outside his building. With nowhere to turn, he finally did something he had not done in years. He called his father. Dad, I was wrong. His father's voice was calm. The road without God may look golden, but it always leads to ruin. Come home, my son. Alexander arrived at his parents' house. His father was waiting at the door. There were no harsh words, no lectures, only open arms. "I have nothing left," Alexander said, eyes filled with shame. "You still have God, and you still have us," his mother replied. That night, as he sat with his father, he opened a Bible he had not touched in years. His eyes fell on Proverbs 14, verse 12. "There is a way that seems right to a man, but the end is the way of death." Tears welled up in his eyes. He had trusted his wisdom, and it led to ruin. But another verse came to mind, one his father had often quoted. "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight." Proverbs 3, verse 5 to 6. For the first time in his life, Alexander was ready to surrender. Not to the world, not to wealth, but to God's plan. His journey back was not easy. He had debts to pay, relationships to build and rebuild, and trust to regain. But this time, he would not walk alone. In the years that followed, as he built his life again, this time on faith and integrity, he discovered that true success is not measured by wealth, but by walking in the purpose God has set before you. What good is it for someone to gain the whole world, yet forfeit their soul? Mark 8, verse 36. Alexander had learned his lesson, and this time he would not forget. If you've listened to this story to this point, you are the real MVP. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. Bye bye, see you next time.